meet me at the corner of Russell and Albina, just about a block from Mississippi Avenue. I'll take you to a house where they hang carpets on the wall, and if we go there on a Sunday, there's a song I'll take you through.
Well, welcome to Open Mic America. Here we are with our 8 performers ready to sing for all of us. I am Daphne Ramil, your show host, and I am joined by Capo Dave Williams, our interviewing host and also our founder, and TK Tran is our show engineer. Our mission is to support your local open mics, and it's our pleasure to present the more accomplished singer-songwriters who play at those events. Without gimmicks or frills, this is the beating heart of American music, that tapestry of story and song that's been weaving us together for generations. Tonight we have Brian Theoret from Monroe, Connecticut. Wave, Brian. We have Andy Karn from Mountain View, California. Patrick Corrigan from Lake Oswego, Oregon. Betty Lou Krause from Ocean Park, Washington. Max Newton from Berkeley, California. Ants Fujinaga from San Francisco, California. Ben James from Santa Cruz, California, and Jane Canfield from Tumwater, Washington. So without further ado, our first guest is Brian Theoret from Monroe, Connecticut. And Brian has a favorite open mic. He likes to play at Fairfield Craft Ales in Stratford, Connecticut, Note Kitchen and Bar Open Mic in Bethel, Connecticut. And he's excited to be playing for the first time on April 1st. That's April Fool's Day, by the way, at the Old Church Acoustic Series in Meridian, Connecticut. And so welcome, Brian. Take it away.
All right, so happy to be here. This tune is called It's Time. Taking a chance, putting myself in front of the mirror. My reflection shows me on the other side. Mistakes that I made, taking the best of the situation. There's no going back without my pride. And then I think again, it's time. You're back here again, it's not a lack of inspiration. Words are flowing like a river bend. The clock on the wall, I knew it would stall with a chance you would take it. Tired of watching seconds tick away. I think again, it's time. taking it to the place where it all started before. And he's chasing down spirits on this dusty old porch. It's time, it's time.
Wow.
Well done, Brian. Well done.
What a
Thank you.
strong way to open.
Appreciate it. I really appreciate that. This next tune, both of these tunes are going to be on my upcoming album, Early Morning Firefly. This next one is called Light Post. I could see the mist illuminated by the motion porch light. Feel it on my skin as it swirled around the yard that night. Shiver down my neck like something watching in the dark. Could almost taste the air. Two heavy storms are coming in tonight. Now it's taking hold, and it's leaving me with a cloth to draw on. And it's taking hold, and it's leaving me with a cloth to draw on. But it's supposed to be my God, my light post. It's supposed to be my light at night, and it's supposed to be my guide, my light post, and it is, and it's making me see the light. Keeping a restless pace, the neighbor's spooked staring through the glass. Get me out of this place, sneeze by the whiskey in my flask. Empathy on my face, thinking these shoes will bring me back. The moon swinging on a shoelace, the phase you find it in the farmer's almanac. And it's taking hold, and it's leaving me with a cloth to draw on. And it's taking hold, and it's leaving me with a cloth to draw on. But it's supposed to be my God, my light post. It's supposed to be my light at night, and it's supposed to be my God, my light post, and it is, and it's making me see. But it's supposed to be my God, my light post. It's supposed to be my light at night, and it's supposed to be my God, my light post, and it is, and it's making me see the light, and it's making me see the light, and it's making me see the light, and it's making me see the light.
Oh
Very
gosh,
nice. Well done.
Ryan, what a groove you put on that. Oh my gosh.
I love that guitar part.
Thank you, thank you.
Wonderful songs, Brian. I love the way you're doing more than just accompanying yourself. Your vocals and your guitar work are are woven together. Very, very effective guitar work. Tell us a little bit about how it was when you started to play music. How old were you? And paint us a picture a little bit of what that was like when you first decided to play music, and a little bit about that.
Sure, sure. Well, I started off. Gosh, how old was I? I was a little kid. Started on the piano. Took joint lessons with my older brother and my dad, and started on the piano. That morphed into playing the saxophone, the alto saxophone, in middle school and high school, and into college. And in college is when I picked up the guitar. And maybe 6 years ago, I started delving into alternate tunings. Both of those were in DADGAD, so I'm still, kind of discovering or working my way around that tuning, and it's been a lot of fun, just discovering all sorts of new sounds in that new tuning.
Well, yeah, the open tunings, for some folks, it's a shortcut, but for folks who really explore the open tunings, they're learning chords within the tunings, and you can really get a lot out of an open tuning. But so how long have you been writing songs, actually?
Let's see, probably about 25 years now. Gosh. Has it been that long? Yeah, in college. Yeah, that's kind of when I started. Writing lyrics and stuff. Up until then, it was just instrumental. Concert band, things like that, marching band and stuff like that.
And so, what do you have coming up in the near future? Do you have any shows coming up or anything that you're going to be doing in the near future?
Yes. I'm going to be playing at a benefit for the Meriden Soup Kitchen in Meriden, Connecticut. They're doing a Pass the Guitar event. 20 musicians, each person plays one song, pass the guitar, play another song, pass the guitar, at this beautiful, beautiful church in downtown Meriden, Connecticut, and all the proceeds are going to be going to the Meriden Soup Kitchen, which I'm really excited about, just being a part of, because it's a fantastic community there, and made lots of friends just by going to these events that they put on once a month at this old church acoustic series, which is what it's called.
Thanks for sharing your music with us. We really enjoyed it. Hope we can hear you again on Open Mic America.
I really appreciate having the opportunity. It was a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to hearing everybody else's music as well. Thank you very much.
Brian. Thanks.
Thank you,
Daphne?
Brian. That was such a great way to open this show. And boy, I wish I could come to Connecticut and go to that Pass the Guitar and hear you and other people play there. It sounds fantastic. Wow. Well, let's see. Who do we have next? We have someone I'm proud to call a friend, Andy Karn from Mountain View, California. And Andy likes to play at a wonderful venue in San Jose called Art Boutique. But today he's playing for us on Open Mic America. You have the stage, Andy.
Hi. So the first song I'm going to do, I wrote in 2016, and it's people immediately started making hats with the title of my song on them, so it must have really taken off. So I think you'll probably figure out what the title of the song is pretty soon after I start playing. Anyway, I put this song away for a while, but it just won't go away. So here it is again. Well, I met a man with a giant orange head and hair that looked like something left for dead. He held out but I just waved at him instead. He pursed his lips, he looked at me and said, make America great again. So many people we can hate again. Bring back the land of the brave and free. Yeah, we might even bring back slavery. Make America great again. Back to the golden age of who knows when. Women were girls and men were men. Make America great again. Well, this man pretends the voters wanted him and will execute his each and every whim. And though the people at his rallies might appear a little dim, I've heard them sing this song just like a hymn. Make America great again. Back so many people we can hate again. Bring back the land of the brave and free. Yeah, we might even bring back slavery. You never know. Make America great again. Back to the golden age of who knows when. Women were girls and men were men. Make America great again. Make America great again. Back to the golden age of who knows when. Bring back the land of the brave and free. Yeah, we might even bring back slavery. Make America straight again. Back to the golden age of who knows when. Women were girls and men were men. Make America great again. Well, you know this great man is coming to your town to build something you'll pay to have knocked down. Just be sure to count your money before his chopper leaves the ground. Or when he takes off, and swear you hear this sound. Make America great again. There's so many people we can hate again. Bring back the land of the brave and free. Yeah, we might even bring back slavery. You know you want it. Make America great again. Back to the golden age of who knows when. Women were girls and men were men. Make America great again. Suckers.
Love that one. Love it, Andy. Love it.
Okay, well, for my next one, this is a song about a drummer I knew named Mark Scavuzzo, who played in some local bands and passed away recently. And so I decided he needed a bit of a wake, so I wrote this song for him. drummer's gone. Where is the 2 and 4? Where is the 1? Where does the time all go when we're done playing? Nothing measures anything. That's all I'm saying. But when the band was airborne, held up by the sky, he could see anything from up so high. He felt the engines rattling on, beat in his fingertips and in his palms. When Mark threw diesel in the beat, stacks were topped with flame. He strung the ballad out just like a gold watch on a chain. One by one the band we knew, their days turn into dreams. Dreams are what's left of them. That's how it seems. But when the band was airborne, held up by the sky, he could see anything from up so high. He felt the engines rattling on, beating his fingertips and in his palms, beating his fingertips and in his palms.
Yes,
Wonderful,
Andy.
wonderful.
Beautiful song. Wow.
Great work, Andy. I've known you for some years now, and I
Yes.
believe I was in the room the first time you played Make America Great Again. And at that time, it was still a nightmare unrealized. Trump was running for office. He wasn't elected yet. Is that right?
Right, that's right.
And of course, we know what happened. Enough about that. But I've always wanted to ask you, your style of playing, it's kind of like country funk or something. Where did you hear that the funky licks, the way you play? What were your influences in gaining that
Well,
style?
it's yeah. I mean, nowadays they call it honky tonk music, and the practitioners, originally, would have been Hank Williams, but then it got more like it would be something that the latter Birds played or the Flying Burrito Brothers played. Just that really hard, or it's the Bakersfield sound basically. It's just that really hardcore country music with a lot of bluesy licks in it and stuff like that.
You've taken it to another level, in my view. I
Okay,
really
well,
enjoy,
thank you for saying that.
I really enjoy the way you do that. But let me ask you a little bit. You're originally from Wisconsin, am I correct?
It's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
What was it like growing up? Was there a music scene then? Did you play music back in Wisconsin? Tell us
Um,
about that.
we listened to rock and roll that came and never dreamed that we would be able to play it ourselves. Although there were always garage bands around. There, the kids next door had a very loud and bad rock band in their basement, and we were just the younger kids were just in awe of them. We thought they were gods striding the earth. So there was that. I mean, it's polka bands. I mean, it's Wisconsin, and I lived in the ethnic enclave of the upper northeast, I guess it is, or the central northeast, which is it's polka bands and bratwurst and sauerkraut, and you know that was the real folk music that we had.
Did you play this music? I mean, did you have an
We
accordion
we
or
avoided
anything?
it like the plague.
Okay.
We didn't like country music either. We liked rock and roll. It was all about
Yeah.
rock and roll. And then later when I went to college, I started hearing all this other stuff, and I got enamored of other things. But
Is that when
uh,
you started playing in college?
I I played in the orchestra. I played cello in the orchestra, and but that was all classical or pop music maybe. But as far as playing the guitar, I got one in high school. I got a very cheap guitar in high school, and played that for years. Stopped playing, started playing again about 20 years ago or so, and started writing songs. So that's where we are now. But I've been a huge music fan all my life.
Really enjoy your stuff, Andy. I really like that second song.
Thanks,
I don't
Dave.
think I've heard. Is that the first time you've played that? I don't think I've heard that one.
It's pretty new.
Yeah,
I've played
quite
it
new.
at a couple of open mics, but that's about it.
I would look forward to hearing that one again. Thanks so much for sharing with us and for being
Thank you,
on the
Dave.
show. Catherine?
Yes, thank you, Andy. I remember when you played that first one too, and I heard it for the first time. Keeps getting better. Let's see who is next. Next up, we have Patrick Corrigan from Lake Oswego, Oregon. And he hosts an open mic at the Ale and Cider House in Westland, Oregon on Thursdays, in case you want to go, from 6:30 to 9:30. Patrick, you got the stage. Take it away.
All right. Hey, I just wanted to say to Andy that I was born in Milwaukee, although I left when I was very young. We went back for a visit when I was 12, and you were talking about ethnic enclaves. My uncle Eddie Strelska owned and operated the Polish Falcons Recreation Hall in Milwaukee. So, all right. So, this is a song that dates back to the late 1800s. There are lots of, like most true folk songs, there are lots and lots of versions of it, many of them very different. One of my favorites was uh, Mississippi John Hurt's version, which is unlike mine, but his was very good. And I was fortunate to see him and hear him play in 1964 in Berkeley, where I was sitting about 5 feet away from him. So, and he was just tremendous. But this version is very different. For those of you who don't know, a pallet is not only the thing that you lift with a forklift, it also refers to a bed or mattress, often filled with straw. So this is Make Me a Pallet on Your Floor. Yeah, let's try that again. Make me a pallet on your floor. Make me down a pallet on your floor. Make it soft, make it low, so my good gal will never know. Make me a pallet on your floor. Worried blues are everywhere I see. These worried blues are everywhere I see. These blues are all around me, they're everywhere I go. Make me a pallet on your floor. Make me a pallet on your floor. Make me down a pallet on your floor. Make it soft, make it low, so my good gal will never know. Make me a pallet on your floor. If I could hop that freight train and ride, if I could hop that freight train and ride, I'd ride through the night till I came to your door. Make me a pallet on your floor. Make me a pallet on your floor. Make me down a pallet on your floor. Make it soft, make it low, so my good gal will never know. Make me a pallet on your floor. I'm going where the water tastes like wine. I'm going where the water tastes like wine. This New York water tastes like turpentine. I'm going where the water tastes like wine. Make me a pallet on your floor. Make me down a pallet on your floor. Make it soft, make it low, so my good gal will never know. Make me a pallet on your floor. I'm going where the chilly winds don't blow. I'm going where the chilly winds don't blow. When I reach Atlanta and I have no place to go, won't you make me a pallet on your floor? Make me a pallet on your floor. Make me down a pallet on your floor. Make it soft, make it low, so my good gal will never know. Make me a pallet on your floor.
Yes.
Yeah, that was great.
Yes. Great song.
Next song.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we want to hear another one,
I
Patrick.
forgot that I had only done one song. All right. Okay, so this one, spacing out here, this one dates back to a long time ago. The first known publication was in an English broadside in the late 1700s or early 1800s, and nobody knows for sure because those weren't dated. It migrated to America sometime, and the Americanized versions seem to have come mostly out of Appalachia. So this is, again, another folk song, and again, like a true folk song, many, many versions. Some are titled The Cuckoo Bird, Jack of Diamonds. They mostly share some of the same verses, but not all. So. Oh, the cuckoo, she's a pretty bird, and she wobbles as she flies, and she never hollers cuckoo till the 4th day of July. I've gambled in England, and I've gambled in Spain. I'll bet you $10 I can win this very next game. Jack of diamonds, Jack of diamonds, I know you of old. You robbed my poor pockets of my silver and my gold. Going to build me a log cabin on a mountain so high, so I can see my true love as she passes by. Well, sometimes I wonder what makes women love men. Then I look back and I wonder what makes men love them. Oh, the cuckoo, she's a pretty bird, and she wobbles as she flies, and she never hollers cuckoo till the 4th day of July.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Hey.
Way to keep
Thank
those
you.
songs alive.
Love those traditional songs. Daphne has something in her introduction about the beating heart of American music, and those traditional songs, I just think it's really great when people bring them forward to remind us of where we came from, where all this originated. But you mentioned Mississippi John Hurt, and that must have been almost a religious experience to sit at the feet of Mississippi John Hurt. And can you remember any detail about that? Any little anecdotal thing that we might
Well,
share?
So I was fortunate. I spent about a year in Berkeley just after I turned 18, and I met one of the owners of a club called the Cabal, which was a folk music club. And he and his partner let me in without paying when there was room, and so I got to see some great acts there, including Mississippi John Hurt, Lightnin' Hopkins, Sonny McGee and Bronnie Terry, the Chambers Brothers, and Big Mama, Willie Mae Thornton, and many, many more. And it was just a great, great experience. Even in many cases, since in those days the performers didn't get paid a lot, so usually somebody around hanging around the club put them up for the night. So often I'd go to the parties afterwards too. So it was just a lot of fun. It was just a great thing to be able to do that.
Thanks for sharing that with us. Now, how about yourself? When did you start to play? Were you as a young man or a boy, or how?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I hung out in this bookstore coffee house in Santa Rosa in Sonoma County, and a lot of people had guitars, and I bought somebody's used Stella for $5, taught myself 3 chords, and that coffee house had an open mic, and I got brave enough to get up on the stage with that one song, and then, kept going after that. Kind of stopped playing for about 30 years, and picked it up again about 2015. So, yeah.
So you're out to the west. I'm in Portland. You're out to the west. Are there some open mics going on out there?
There's the one in West Lynn that I host. The Influence Music Hall, if you look them up, has an online open mic on Friday. They also have live events, and they have a calendar. You might want to check that out. Mm-hmm. The Garages, I think they're in Tualatin now, has an open mic, I think, also on Thursday. The Dullahan and Lake Oswego, I hear, is going to be starting up their open mic again shortly. So there are some others going on, too.
Things are opening up again. Thanks so much for sharing your music with us, Patrick. Love those heritage songs.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, Patrick. That was really wonderful to hear. Wow. Well, next we are going to go to Ocean Park, Washington. We're kind of on the West Coast mostly. this week. And we're going to hear Betty Lou Krause. And she likes to play at the Peninsula Performing Arts Center in Long Beach, Washington. Welcome, Betty Lou, and take it away for us.
Thanks so much. This first song is called Better Than You Are. You don't have to be a movie star. You don't have to drive a brand new car. You don't have to be better than you are for me to love you. I heard you singing just the other day. Made me think of angels winging their way across the sea of time through billowing clouds. Have to say it made me laugh out loud. The sun was colored like a rainbow hue. The red, blue, and orange surrounded you like a cape of swirling colored dew. I couldn't help but smile at you, drinking coffee on a cloudy day, reading the paper with nothing to say, making supper and holding hands, walking together across the sand, watching the tide as it ebbs and flows, watching the years as they come and go, appreciating all the little things. That's the joy that a simple life brings. La 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 la. You don't have to be a movie star. You don't have to drive a brand new car. You don't have to be better than you are for me to love you.
Beautiful.
What a
Beautiful.
sweet, sweet
Really
song.
nice.
Thank you. This song is a little story from myself and my mother and my grandmother in around 1970 when my brother was in Vietnam, and the local churches would bake these big amazing cookies, like sort of like breakfast cookies that we have now, and we'd pack them up in 3-pound coffee cans and send them across the sea. Say, do you have any 3-pound coffee cans? We baked all these cookies to send to Vietnam. We'll pack them up in popcorn and mail them overseas. Our sons and brothers, a taste of home. We put our hands in that mixing bowl with all our fear and dread. We pray that they are safe at home. Roll cookies out with care. We took 3-pound coffee cans and filled them up with love. We filled 3-pound coffee cans with home. We sent off 3-pound coffee cans full of home-baked stuff to offer comfort to the troops, and because it comforts us. Together in the kitchen out at Grandma's farm, turning raisins, flour, and oatmeal into love. We put our hands in that mixing bowl. With all our fear and dread, we pray that they are safe and whole. Roll cookies out with care. We took 3-pound coffee cans and filled them up with love. We filled 3-pound coffee cans with home. We hope they don't all crumble, but even if they do, they're baked with love and laughter, and we hope that will come through. It's hard to think about those boys halfway around the world in a war that no one wanted, in that place called Vietnam. We put our hands in that mixing bowl. With all our fear and dread, we pray that they are safe and whole. Roll cookies out with care. We took 3-pound coffee cans and filled them up with love. We filled 3-pound coffee cans with home. We filled 3-pound coffee cans with love. We filled 3-pound coffee cans with home.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah. Very nice.
Wow. What a story.
They're touching songs, Betty Lou. Wonderful songs, and that the one about the coffee cans in Vietnam. I guess at this time there are a lot of people all over the world whose hearts are heavy, worried about loved ones. Obviously, with the situation in Europe right now, and what a wonderful snapshot from 50 odd years ago when your family was. And I hope your brother was the one that went to Vietnam.
Yep. He's okay. Getting old, but he's okay.
I didn't want to ask, but I'm glad he is. Well, I wanted to ask you, if you had to go back, all the way back in your mind, the first time you heard a piece of music that made you say, "Oh wow," go way back.
I think that would be Janice Joplin.
Janice Joplin, yeah.
I think so. Oh gosh, what was the name of her first band? I forgot the name. I had that. My brother bought me that album, my very first album. So
Cheap
yeah.
Thrills.
Cheap Thrills.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, she could definitely make you say, "Wow, I have a memory of Janice Joplin." It's a regret that I have that my roommate had a ticket. His girlfriend didn't show up, and I could have gone to see Janice Joplin, and I didn't go.
Oh my, I'm sorry.
Well, anyway, but what do you have? You have some stuff going on locally, and you have a band that you work with, and what's going on there locally?
I do. Well, this little town I live on this little peninsula out on the Pacific Ocean, and there's about 6 little towns out here. But in Long Beach, which is the biggest one at 1,500 people, this amazing couple has moved here and started a performing arts center. They're from Portland, Bill and Sue, and so we have Zoom open mics still, but they put a tent up in their side yard, and we stayed with concerts all the last 2 years. Well, we had to stop in the winter for a while, but they're going to start up again in April with live concerts in the tent, which only seats like 35. So a lot of local musicians get to play, and on the weekends they bring people from Portland. So we're pretty blessed for musical opportunities.
Sounds great. Thanks so much for your songs. We enjoyed having you on the show. Thanks so much.
Thanks.
Yes, Betty Lou, thank you again. And we're staying on the West Coast, but going a little bit south to hear Max Newton from Berkeley, California. Max, get on our stage, and if you'd like to mention somewhere where you like to play, you just go right ahead.
Well, these days I'm still being safe. I don't
Got it.
trust the virus, but I've played it a bunch of places here in Berkeley, like the Starry Plow and Freight and Salvage, and I've run a bunch of open mic myself, but that's about 7 or 8 years ago now. Anyway, this first song is about the one that got away. It's called Gold Dust. Well, she blew into the party and the room became a stage, and the glitter of her laughter made my heart a golden cage. And that creature trapped inside it, well, I had no way to tame, so I walked up right beside her and asked her name. She said her name was Sharon, and she smiled into my eyes as though she'd no idea how that look would make men cry. In a moment we were dancing, we were whirling around that floor, but my heart was spinning faster when we sauntered out the door. She was gold dust in a windstorm. Through my fingers she did fly. She was golden while she was airborne, but now she's just dust in my eyes. Well, she lived out in Sonoma, in that valley of the moon, where the grapevines and the sunshine harmonize a lovely tune. And our voices joined in gladly as we made love all that June. But July and August kinda slipped on by, September came too soon. Yeah, harvest time was frantic, sticking hands and stomping feet. At first it seemed the bounty was bound to turn out sweet. And our voices joined, whoops, here we are. But the barrels we neglected, and we did not seal them tight. And that nectar we expected turned to vinegar one night. She was gold light in my eye. I'm not messing this up. She only loved me when we were drinking, but that was almost every day. I had to leave her 'cause I was sinking in a pool of Chardonnay. Now I'm just a lone prospector, and I'm out digging for a vein where love and beauty come together. Maybe I'm insane. Yeah, I wish I'd left them nuggets just buried in the ground. 'Cause it's so hard to close your ears up once you've heard that golden sound. Yeah, she was gold dust in a windstorm. Through my fingers she did fly. She was golden while she was airborne, but now she's just dust in my eyes.
That's Max Newton live. This is live.
Yeah. I started singing an older version of it at some point, and then.
Oh, but you just kept right on going.
Well, that's what you have to do. You have to smile
Can't
and laugh
stop
about
rock
it.
and roll.
Yeah,
Yeah, we kept
whatever.
bopping along with you.
Yeah, well, that's good. I'm not too embarrassed. I'm too old to be embarrassed. Okay, so that was the fun song. Now we got something that's a little bit more serious. This is a guy who every once in a while walks through this neighborhood, and this is a song about him. thinks he's Jesus. He has that story in his head. He's homeless. Someone probably stole his meds. Shuffles through the neighborhood down the middle of the street. Waves at cars that honk at him. His ragged smile is sweet. Blanket wrapped around himself and the slippers on his feet. Thinks he's Jesus, out to find that one lost sheep. He thinks he's Jesus. I wonder where he sleeps. He thinks he's Jesus, as far as you can tell. He'll save you from the fiery pits of hell. He was someone's baby boy a long, long time ago. All the neighbors loved to watch him putting on a show. But now he's preaching to the choir on the wire with the crows. He thinks he's Jesus, floating back to us below. He thinks he's Jesus, on wings of every blow. When he was young, his mama died out hooking in the snow. That Madonna had a very crooked road to hoe. Sometimes he throws his head back, flaps his arms, and screams out like a crow. He thinks he's Jesus, brought back from the dead. Save you with this little piece of bread. You don't know if he's dangerous, you have to be discreet. If you give him money, he'll just lose it on the street. You try to think of something else to soften your retreat. He thinks he's Jesus. I wonder where he sleeps. He thinks he's Jesus. I wonder where he sleeps.
Wonderful.
Oh, yes.
Thank you, Bette.
I
Wow.
love your stories, Max. Love your stories.
Thanks.
You, the solo performer has his voice, his instrument, and his story, the story he tells. And a lot of times folks are relying on the voice and the instrument, and they don't have much of a story. I always, say a lot of these songs have like 57 words in them, and that's all there is. But your stories have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and I really like that. The first one, when you alluded to the gold dust in the wind, made me think of Treasure of the Sierra Madre. Maybe a lot of people would think of that, but that song begs for a band. Do you
Yeah,
play with
yeah. Well, actually, if you go on YouTube, look for Max Newton, you'll find a place with like a 500 or 600 videos. Most of them from people who performed at the open mics that I did. But I actually had when I was at the Freight, I had a 3-piece band at the Freight, drummer and a bass player, and there's a band version of that if you
I
want to
think
look
that
for
would
it.
be a
Yeah,
lot of fun.
and I actually
Yeah.
remembered all the words on that one, so that's good.
Yeah. So you've been around doing this for quite a while, doing open mics for what, many years, would you
Yeah,
say?
yeah, a long time, sure. Yeah.
Well,
long
then let
time.
me ask you, what are some of the hallmarks of an excellent open mic? I grind an axe all the time about open mics that miss the mark for one reason or another. How would you characterize a great open mic?
Well, what I did, what I liked that made people keep coming back to my open mics was that every time somebody got to be the featured performer and have a half an hour, about 2/3 of the way through the night, and so people were, and it wasn't always necessarily the best players. I just wanted everybody to have a chance to showcase their 30 minutes. And I filmed it, and they're all up there on the internet for people to look at if they want to, because people want a chance to shine, people want a chance to be spotlighted, or spotlit. I wonder what the proper term for that is, but anyway, I think that's important. A lot of times when I would run the open mic, I didn't even play, because people would be clamoring to play, and there's only so much time before a place had to close, and I would give up my spot so other people could play. I think that's a good thing for someone who's running one to take the ego out of it a little bit, and a lot of other people have a chance to be in. And I've been in different places. I've been to places where they served alcohol. I've been to places where they didn't. That didn't seem to make much of a difference. Seemed most people liked coming to my open mics because I gave them a chance to have that half hour.
Do you have one going on right now? Or
No,
about
I haven't
to
done
start
that in a while. No, and I got too old to lug all the equipment. I'll be 70 in about another 60 days, and I just don't. I mean, I'm still in my head, but not so much
your
elsewhere.
time.
Yeah. I probably did about 10 or 12 years worth of open mics for other people. So, yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Anyway,
your
thanks for
music
doing
with us.
this. Yeah, thanks for doing this, Capo.
I think you've been on 4 times now, 3 or 4 times. You're one of our stalwarts, and we appreciate you coming on. Love what you do. Keep
It's fun.
doing it.
It's
Thanks
fun.
a lot.
You guys keep doing it too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your music, Max, and also for your, for your public volunteer service, facilitating music for people in your community. That's really important, and that's one of our missions here, is to connect people to that. So that's very much appreciated. It was a great performance, and now we're gonna go to San Francisco, California, to welcome back Aunt Fujinaga. And she likes to play at the San Francisco Bazaar Cafe. And today, and other times too, she played at the Outer Sunset Farmers Market in San Francisco. Welcome, Aunt. Take it away.
Hello. Can you hear me properly? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. So yeah, I basically only play songs that I invented. So here's a song which is a comic dystopian tale about a bunch of nerds like me, who break into an abandoned breakfast cereal factory shortly after civilization has collapsed. It's called Starch and Song. 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 Okay, here we go. We saw the Now hordes of rogue fundamentalists gain ground and preach primeval rage, and yet a shred of hope exists. We thoughtful souls who strive towards regaining what was lately lost must beat our plowshares into swords. This is the goal, this is the cost. We found a disused factory, still crammed with breakfast cereal, a hoard of satisfactory nutritional material, thus liberated from the chore of daily foraging for food. We emulate the bards of yore and write brave songs to lift our mood. We march along to victory, confusion to the enemy. Along to victory we march, well fortified by song and starch to victory. We march along, our spirits high on starch and song. Those tempted by the siren song of Iron Age morality would not endure its yoke for long if it became reality. Though frail civility erodes, the grim totalitarians possess the nous of nematodes, the prudence of planarians. Our scholarly contingent, skilled in cognitive dexterity, now has a fighting chance to build a substrate for posterity. Precision and acuity compose, discover and create that self-same ingenuity can also guide the ship of state. We march along to victory, confusion to the enemy. Along to victory we march, well fortified by song and starch to victory. We march along, our spirits high on starch and song. Starch and salt. Now, if that wasn't silly enough, it's okay. I have something even sillier. This is a song in a 5-beat rhythm which is composed entirely of limericks. And it's called Heart and Stomach, which is a quote from Elizabeth Tudor, Queen Elizabeth I. She said, basically, though I have the body of a weak and feeble woman, yet I have the heart and stomach of a king, and a king of England too. But anyway, it's called Heart and Stomach because it's about how we've evolved to love high-calorie food and to need love, and then now we go and hate ourselves for wanting high-calorie food and love, and that's just silly. So there we go. Let me see. I'll probably get it horribly wrong. So prepare to be deeply horrified. There was a primordial primate who wordlessly thought, why don't I mate with someone who's figured in a fertile vigor and stores to survive a harsh climate. There once was a Homo erectus who favored the foods that protect us from constant attrition by scanty nutrition, which might otherwise deselect us. Alone from the night had no doubt that we can be happy without the heady delights of amorous nights. Its lineage soon fizzled out. A bipedal ape felt content with foods which made hardly a dent on adipose tissue. It died without issue when its fat reserves were all spent. Her body was made. She thought it abounded in features too rounded to be loved or even displayed. There once was a sensitive soul who failed in the popular goal to annihilate the need for a mate while feeling contented and whole. And is from an odd, suppressing its nature to gain moral stature. It failed and was vastly distraught. A group of judicious outliers accepted their harmless desires. They followed the Tao, which indicates how to provide what the body requires.
Wow.
Limericks, all of them are limericks, and the 5-beat rhythm is 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. It's a paidushka.
Don't try that at home, folks.
Please do.
Thank you, Ants. What an imagination you have. I kind of think If you could go into the past, you would make a good fit with the old Monty Python crew with some of your ideas and thinking. So,
If they'll retroactively have
what
me.
do you have going on right now? Do you have some things going on that you want to talk about?
Oh, well, I am going to play at the 60s Peace and Love Party light show and hippie costume contest, which will be on the 26th of March, next Saturday, I believe, at the Art House Gallery, which is at 2905 Shattuck in Berkeley. Doors at 6, show starts at 7, which is me playing more of this kind of stuff. And then I'll be playing after that with a band called Wingnut Breakfast. I'll be playing bass and singing and very occasionally whistling. And then there will be Ken Hammond and Mystics Cove. So please do come and hear / see, smell, taste, touch. Well, anyway, experience us there if you happen to be around there, or just take an intercontinental flight. You know, if you're in Iceland, you know, or in Guatemala, you know, just sort of take an intercontinental flight and come and see us.
Thanks so much for sharing those songs with us, Hans. Take care.
Thank you. Yeah, I only play songs I invent because I don't know how to play.
What an imagination you have.
Thank you.
Thank you. Daphne?
And as always, we just never know what's going to happen when you play for us, and it's so entertaining. So thank you, and good luck at your gig.
Thank
I
you.
hope somebody does hop on a plane to see you. That would be quite exciting. And I'm kind of wondering what it's going to look like with you in your hippie costume. That would be kind of interesting.
Yeah, I still have to make that. I make my own clothes, by the way. I still have to make that. I have ideas, but yeah.
Oh my goodness. You could have your kids help you with that.
Yes, indeed. Yes. It'll make it very raggedy and feathery. Oh dear.
Well, thank you, Ants. And next we're going to get Ben James on our stage. And he is from Santa Cruz, California, one of my favorite places. And he likes to play at farmers markets throughout the San Francisco Bay Area and at the Corralitos open mic, which I heard was really lovely. James, you have the stage. Ben James, you have the stage. You're on.
Thank you very much. Nice to be here this evening. This first song is for all you dog lovers out there. I've had dogs all my life, and I am still trying to get into their heads, but this is kind of my interpretation of dog thinking. To howl, I like to bark, I love a good run in the park. I'll chase a squirrel up a hollow log. It's my job, I'm a dog. I love to scare a flock of crows, sniff the air and fill my nose. I'll root the ground up like a hog. It's what I do, yeah, I'm a dog. I'll chew a stick, I'll chew a bone, I'll chew the furniture in your home, then go roll in a muddy bog. It's my job, I'm a dog. My family always comes first. You mess with them, you'll get my worst. Don't you try and creep up in the fog. I'll bite your ass. I'm a dog. I like to ride in your car, going near or going far, on a walk or on a jog. I gotta go, yeah, I'm a dog. I'll run up and down your halls, then I'll take a break to scratch myself. One time I ate a dried up frog. It tasted good, yeah, I'm a dog. My family always comes first. You mess with them, you're gonna get my worst. Don't you try and sneak up in the fog. I'll bite your ass, yeah, I'm a dog. I like to howl, oh, I like to bark, I love a good run in the park. I'll chase a squirrel up a hollow log. It's my job, yeah, I'm a dog. One time I ate a crunchy frog. It tasted good, yeah, I'm a dog. I'm a dog. That's a new one for me. It's only a few weeks old. Now I'm going to take y'all down south, where I grew up. We're going to go all the way down to the southwestern coast of the state of Florida. Collier County, a good place to be from. In the south there is an old road cutting through the glades, out at the edge of nothing where civil conduct fades, running through the backwood, lined by swamp and pine, passing by them old shacks out on the county line. The baking sun of mid-July gonna make that back road crack, kinda like the breaks and markings on an alligator's back. Alligator wanna haul himself out into the sun, heat up that cold body so he can make it run. He'll take a duck, he'll take a dog, he's hungry through and through. He got his eye on that old heron, the darker shade of blue. And the sun shines down, it warms the ground, and the clouds start to explode. Storm clouds are rising over Alligator Road. yourself out into the swamp. Hound dog and his rifle out on a poaching stomp. He'll shoot a pig, he'll shoot a deer, he'll do what poachers do. Come up on him the wrong way, and he might even shoot you. He'll be looking out for lawmen as he's bringing back his load back to his beat old pickup truck down on Alligator Road. Storm clouds rising, powered by the sun. Big dark clouds all swelled up, the color of a gun. Like a blacksmith's anvil, all giant in the sky. Casting down the lightning that's gonna make them critters fly. And them big dark clouds burst with rain, dropping down their load, swelling out the potholes down on Alligator Road. The sun has done its work and fades to twilight, calling out the critters that hunt that road at night. Full moon is rising, shining in the sky, to cast shadows on the road for prowlers on the slide. You better mind yourself and watch your step till dawn starts to unfold, 'cause it ain't exactly Disney World on Alligator Road. Out on Alligator Road. Alligator Road. Alligator Road. Down on Alligator Road.
Whoa. Thank you, Ben. Bravo.
Thank you.
It's a lot of music from one guy. That's really, really a complete product you've got there. I love your harp work. And, you know, I've got to ask, I'm not seeing a harmonica like I'm used to seeing on a rack. What do we have there?
It's a racket, Dave. It's a new product from blowsmeaway.com. It actually has a microphone in a chamber and kind of gives you that Chicago sound, like cupping your hands, but allows you to keep your hands free. Yeah, Greg up at blowsmeaway.com sells these guys up in Geyserville, California, and I gotta say, it's transformed. You know, it's a little kind of blocks your face a little bit, so you maybe lack a little bit of the aesthetic, but God, the sound is it's just tremendous. I love it.
So it's blowsyouaway.com?
Blowsyouaway.com, yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Very cool.
it's a good piece of gear. I'm really liking it.
So you're from the Gulf Coast?
Yeah, I actually was raised in the early part of my growing up in Miami. In fact, I got some friends listening to the show right now. I grew up with John and Helen are here visiting us in California, and a little shout out to them. And yeah, in Cutler Ridge, Florida, and South Miami, and then we moved over to Naples, Florida, and Collier County later on in my life.
I think you might have been, when you're talking about Alligator Road, you're talking about Alligator Alley, right? The road that goes right
certainly
across.
that's part of that influence, but it's really, the tune is really about the dead end roads that were put in by developers to sell swampland to tourists. And a lot of those roads never had a single thing built on them, and so the locals take them over, and use them to fish and hunt and throw clandestine beer parties when you're growing up in high school, stuff like that.
I've been on a few of those roads, and you better not break down. And if you break down at night, you better stay in the car.
Yeah, it's you and the mosquitoes and the raccoons and whoever else happens to show up.
Yeah,
It's it can be a lonely
lurking
spot
about.
on a dark night.
Well,
Absolutely.
I'm hearing your blues influence. Just name for me one or two of the the influences that brought you to where you are now musically.
God, there's so many, but certainly John Prine, Bonnie Raitt from the harmonica side, Little Walter Jacobs out of the south side of Chicago, Jimmy Reed, Dylan, just the whole folky side of the thing. But I got that. I hooked up with a blues band when I was 19 years old, John North Blues Band, and we did a little touring in southwestern Florida, and John just sat me down and poured me through blues records, all the old chess record collection, and really gave me an education. So again, a shout out to John North for kind of putting my feet on the right direction as a harmonica player.
Love what you're doing. You have a really, really complete sound. You got your own solo and everything, and I love your gizmo. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Sure, man. My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Yes. Another hand for Ben James. Thank you, Ben.
You can find my complete schedule at benjames.net if y'all are looking. So you have a great one. Pleasure to be here.
Just to mention, for all the performers, we do have their online presence. We have links to their online presence on the Open Mic America website. So Ben James would be no exception. So go find him. Yeah. All right, and now sadly we've come to the end of our evening, but happily we get to hear a couple songs from someone I'm proud to call my friend, who's been here before, Jane Canfield from Tumwater, Washington. And I'm not sure where she plays in Washington, but I know that virtually she's part of the Society Cabaret of San Francisco. If there's something else you want to fill us in on, go ahead, Jane. Take it away.
Oh, well, I used to go to Traditions locally. It's a wonderful place. And we had the Olympia Song Circle of Tumwater is right across the street from the Olympia, from the city of Olympia. So anyway, I love Traditions locally. I don't think the Song Circle is taken up yet, but I'll be looking into it because I do like to get my feet wet once in a while. I confided in you that I do have stage fright, and it comes and goes. So I just have to, it's a good way to deal with it. I really need to get out there more, and I haven't been. First of all, thanks for having me. It's always a privilege, and thank you, Daphne, Dave, and TK, and all the other people who make this happen. It's really a privilege to be here. And so much talent tonight. I really enjoyed it. My first song comes from the 60s. I was inspired by a song, and you'll probably figure out what it is. It's a very famous song. I call it my pandemic song because I did write it in the last 2 years during the pandemic, not knowing that we were going to have this Putin problem, but there it is. I'm not going to sing the second verse because it's a very short song, because it just seemed too pat, too simplistic. If anybody has an idea how to write a verse that can bring about world peace, please do it. Anyway, thanks for having me. There was a song when I was young about a time of peace and love, when all would be aligned and we would surely shine. took a turn, a twist, down a dark abyss, far from peace and love. We caught a glimpse of dawn. We felt the promise, but this is not the age of Aquarius. What kind of age is this?
Oh gosh, Jane.
Beautiful.
So touching.
This next song is A Wish, a Prayer. It goes back to the Vietnam era. I wrote it in 2004 in reaction to the war in Iraq. And I just love Bette's song. Oh, all your songs, obviously, but Bette's song about the 3-pound coffee can filled with love and home, it did make me tear up. It was lovely. And so this is in that vein. The song is not about my own brother, who was in the National Guard, and we felt very lucky for that because it was, when was it? It was in the worst time of the war. I think it was 1968 when most soldiers of all were killed. And my husband's brother was in Vietnam, and I heard later how the family was constantly anxious and really suffered. And of course, Steve did too, but he did come back all in one piece. So that was good. He did die a couple years ago. And of course, there was some Agent Orange involved, a lot of people think, but he lived a fairly long, decent life. So this is about my husband's brother, and when my husband was around 15 years old. I forgot to tell you that I have changed the song to try to fit history as it moved from 2004 through the Afghanistan war and now this war. So I removed the second chorus and part of the second verse and the bridge. So it's short too, but it's long enough. Thank you. 15 candles, Vietnam. What on earth is going on? Even though it's my birthday, I can't really celebrate. At our table is an empty chair. My big brother should be there. Dad says he'll be coming home. I close my eyes and blow. Make a wish that becomes a prayer for my brother out there somewhere. Heart, be strong, be safe from harm. I make a wish, I say a prayer. Wars have come and wars have gone, but the fighting still goes on and on. Seems after all these birthdays, war would finally go away. Make a wish, say a prayer for every child, everyone, everywhere. Hearts be strong, be safe from harm. Make a wish, say a prayer.
Jane, what a way to end on a wish and a prayer for all of us.
Great.
Jane, your songs are so beautiful, and I can tell that all that's going on is having a deep effect on you. And I know you wish you could write a song or sing a song that would make it right. And there are a lot of people that probably have that same feeling tonight, that it's just such a monstrous thing going on. And how are you otherwise? How are you?
We're very lucky. We're just very lucky. We've gone through the pandemic without getting sick, and knock on wood. Yeah, I'm just sorry for everyone's losses. It's been a tough time for a lot of people.
It seems almost surreal. We're in our own bubble.
Yeah.
We're safe, and yet there's this specter of nuclear war that's hanging up there, and it just seems like we're in limbo, just waiting for something to happen and just watching this thing. And I know that your songs are always filled with emotion, and I just know you to be a person who's feeling this very deeply. And your songs, yeah, you can sing a song about it, but it doesn't change anything, it seems. So otherwise, any shows coming up? Anything going live up there?
I haven't checked into it. The Olympia Song Circle closed during the pandemic, so that hasn't taken up again. I am going to be showing up for the San Rafael. I'm hoping. I keep missing it because of conflicts, but the chapter of West Coast Songwriter San Rafael has an open mic I like to attend, and I think I'll do that. I'm just finding the less I perform, the more nervous I get. So maybe I should start performing a little more.
Well, you have no reason to be nervous, because every time you start to sing, everyone is just riveted on what you're doing. It's your performance is always so exquisite, and we appreciate you spending time with us. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Shane, it's wonderful to hear you again. And on that subject we were just talking about, perhaps we are the acoustic American singer-songwriter version of the band on the Titanic, which hopefully won't sink this time. I read that somebody said, and I forget who it was, that music and art can't necessarily cure our ills, but it can certainly make life better and more beautiful and more bearable for everybody. So thank you all for your music tonight. It was wonderful. And thank you everybody out there for listening. Let's just go over our performers one by one, and they can wave. Brian, thank you, Brian. Thank you, Andy and Patrick and Betty Lou and Max and Ants and Ben and Jane. Thank you to TK for being our wonderful sound engineer and show engineer, and to Capo Dave Williams for his interviews, and also for being the founder of Open Mic America and working tirelessly behind the scenes to make this happen. Remember to check our website, openmicamerica.com, for links to everyone's music. You can find that right there. And if you like the show, spread the word. Please don't keep it a secret. You can even download and print your own posters to hang somewhere, or you could download the printing for a t-shirt that you can have made. Please check out your local open mics. We have more of them listed under the local open mics tab on the website as well. Okay, our next show will be next month, April 3rd, with Alice Osborne, Pete Summer, and TK Tran as your show hosts. And Stay tuned for the next full lineup. So now we're going to have everybody be sure they're muted and wave goodbye all together. Looking forward to next time. Good night, America.
If you meet me at the corner of Russell and Albina, just about a block from Mississippi Avenue, I'll take you to a house where they hang carpets on the wall. And if we go there on a Sunday, there's a song I'll take you through.